What's up, YouTube? I am Astral King, and today we want to take a look at Bob Lazar. Now, you're going to want to get familiar with this story, and recently we had the new documentary come out, so I just want to take a look at this trailer, and we're going to do that here. I purchased the documentary.
This story is extraordinary, especially if it's true. And it all started in the desert, just north of Las Vegas.
A local scientist who worked at Groom Lake
said to be where top-secret weapons systems have been tested over the years.
He has asked that his identity be shielded.
Exactly what's going on up there?
What's going on up there could be the most important event in history. Physical contact and proof from another system, another planet, another intelligence.
What would happen to you if the government learned that you were giving us this information?
He just wanted to stay alive.
Maybe this has been kept from us for a good reason.
Sir, how do we know you are who you say you are?
My name's Bob Lazar. I'm known for working at a classified base and reverse engineered alien spacecraft.
It went all over the world. He put Area 51 on the map.
Can we ever be made whole if we're not believed?
We can't verify what was going on in his background.
I have no motivation to lie. The science and the technology can change us.
We've always looked to the skies for answers, instead of looking into ourselves.
Now, I definitely recommend watching the video. It was a very good documentary if you're not familiar with the case. Now, I remember this story from a long time ago. Basically, I was 9 years old when this came out. And so, yeah, I was definitely captivated back then. But I was a young kid. So, really, it didn't take... Well, it took me a while to actually get to the story. But it came out, during the time where I was 9 years old. And what I am is I'm a reader. And I can tell you without any shadow of a doubt that Lazar is telling the truth about his experience. But I think there's much more to that story, and I'm just wondering, who is Bob Lazar? Is he some kind of plant to bring forward this information? I mean, I don't understand. I'm just getting weird feelings about it, but definitely worth a watch. He was definitely involved in some type of program out there, and that's beyond any shadow of a doubt. So we're going to look at a couple of things a little closer. Yeah, but I'd recommend watching the video, purchasing the documentary. I thought it was pretty cool to watch. But let's take a look at this. Okay, Bob Lazar, he's on the scene, right? He's on the scene. Bob Lazar with the jet car. See, the LA man joins the jet set at 200 miles an hour. And this is kind of what got him on the radar out there, I do believe. At least that's the story. I think, I'm calling a lot of things into question now, but we're seeing that he's connected to a jet car. We're seeing that very clearly. And a quote here, it's not the car so much that's important to Lazar, a physicist at the Los Alamos Mason Physics Facility. See that? Mason Facility. The important thing is the jet engine. It's something he's been working on for years. It started a while ago when working with another researcher in NASA on the technology. So, I'm just getting some kind of weird red flags here. Okay, so we look at that. Well, what a coinky dink. What a coinkydink. We're seeing the jet car, which is cool. A lot of connections to this jet car. It looked like he's getting ready to blow himself up in this video. So we're seeing very clear connections to a jet car. Where have we seen a jet car before? So it looks like he's about to blow himself up at this thing. So Lazar's about to take off in this jet car. I find it very interesting, or a strange coincidence. Where have we seen these jet cars before? Where exactly have we seen these jet cars? If anybody's familiar with this movie, you're going to recognize where we've seen some jet cars. And I think it's pretty interesting coincidence here. Where are we seeing these jet cars at? You see these esoteric Hollywood disclosures. You know, they're putting a lot of things in our faces. And I'm going to make another video on that, connecting a lot of dots. They're putting it right in our faces. Where have we seen these jet cars at? Bob Lazar's working on these jet cars. Where have we seen them? Well, we're seeing them right here in Hollywood. And I recommend everybody watch this movie. It's called Buckaroo Banzai. I just found out about this movie just a couple weeks ago, and I watched it, and it blew my mind away. I'll tell you that. They put so much in this movie right in front of your face. So we see the jet car. We see Bob Lazar with the jet car. And I just think it's a very strange coincidence. So, I wanted to point that out. Now, back to Bob Lazar. This video, this movie here, when I watched it, it made me question a whole lot of things that I thought that I had already figured out. There is no shadow of a doubt in my mind because, like I said, I'm an intuitive reader. And it's 100% beyond any shadow of a doubt that this guy was involved with something out there, top secret. But why did he come out? Why did he leak this information? And I know there's plenty of people that, you know, oh, they got to see the technical. They just got to have some evidence. They just got to have more evidence. You know, and that kind of mindset, you know, is a good way to have, you know, to be looking, but that can't be the only thing. You got to go beyond the intellectual mind a little bit, and you'll be able to see a lot more things clearly. But Bob Lazar is very interesting, and you know, a couple things are kind of weird to me, so let's just have a look. Okay, Mysterious Universe. Bob Lazar, you know, this is Nick Redfern here. Okay, and let's just read off the top here. Here at Mysterious Universe, Robbie Graham has just interviewed the new documentary from Jeremy Corbell Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. Robbie says the following of Lazar. He has always come across as absolutely sincere and has always resisted encouragement to embellish his original testimony. I am of the opinion that Lazar has never spoken untruthfully about his recollections of Area 51 and S4. However, I also have never doubted that the story that he tells is untrue, which is to say that the circumstances and events of Lazar's story were carefully orchestrated and staged for him specifically as part of a sophisticated and ongoing UFO perception management campaign, which likely has counterintelligence purposes far beyond the UFO subject. Now, when I first read this little article here, I was like, oh no, this is the real deal. This is the real deal. Which it is the real deal. However, why is it taking place? It just seems very odd to me after I watched this movie, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Connected some strange dots. Okay, so is Bob Lazar who he says he is? And I mean, is he even a real person? Is that identity that he has even a real identity? Do we know that? Intelligence agencies can create anything out of thin air. They can make up any person they want to make up at any given time. They can erase everything. They can do all that. Just like we said, they can't find his education records because they can erase everything. They can create everything they want to do because they have that power. So the question is, where did he come from? Is this his real identity? That's what I want to know. Because it's very odd to me, very odd to me. After watching that movie, I just get a different vibe. Like, what kind of stuff are you on, Bob Lazar? So let's see. Bob Lazar. Okay, Bob Lazar. What kind of stuff are you on, Bob Lazar? Well, Bob Lazar seems like somebody could be playing with us. Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. You see where I'm going with this? Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. Do we see a connection here? Do we see a connection here? Now go back and watch Buckaroo Banzai, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Bob Lazar. Is Bob Lazar just a funny joke they put on us? Bob Lazar. I just find it pretty interesting. Is Bob Lazar, is Lazar a reptilian? Reptoid. It's possible. Is Lazar a reptilian? And when you start to see the connection with the cars, you'll be thinking, Great Scott. Great Scott. Bob Lazar. Bob Scott Lazar. Great Scott. Where have we seen that plenty of times? Where have we seen Great Scott plenty of times? Well, in another movie connected to a similar jet car. Great Scott. And I'm just wondering, is somebody playing with us? Is Bob Lazar a reptilian? It's a possibility that he's coming through with the real story, but he's just a complete plant. Bob Lazar, we need to see some shit about you, bro. I don't mean to be cussing. Damn, I tried to make it through this whole video. But I find it very interesting. Now we need to check up on you, Mr. Lazar. Are you who you say you are? Because I think it's pretty weird. Bob Lazar. Let's take a look at Bob Lazar. Not this one again. Let's go back. And let's take a look at Bob Lazar. Let's look at Bob Lazar on Wikipedia. Bob Lazar. Okay, well, Bob Lazar, you know, you've been married for a long time, Bob Lazar. I find it pretty odd that you don't have not one kid. There's not one kid listed here, and you've probably been married for a very long time. So that's another thing that just leads me to think, it's pretty interesting. Are you who you say you are, Bob Lazar? I think there's some odd things about this guy's character, and I'm not totally sure what we're involved in, what kind of disclosures are here, but there's definitely more to meets the eye with this guy. Somebody trying to say he's LARPing or something. I don't think he's LARPing necessarily. I think he's Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. Reptilian. So I'm just putting that out there. People to take a look at that. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, but I just think it's very weird, very strange what's going on here with this Bob Lazar story. And I'm just going to throw that out there. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, whatever you want to do. Just hit me up. You know, keep your mind open, and we're gonna keep searching for the truth, and we're gonna take it wherever it leads us. And that's just what's up. All right, peace out, YouTube.